Although the martial arts took its first step upon Western society over a century ago, it was within the last 50 years that the martial arts gained worldwide notoriety, and it was great Grandmaster Ralph Castro that became its earliest pioneers. Ralph Castro began his journey into the martial arts world as a young boy of 8 years. He started training the art of boxing in an effort to defend himself. It was his father, Rafael the Boss Castro, an extraordinary boxer and prize fighter in the island of Oahu, that became his first teacher. Upon his 18th birthday, Ralph Castro entered into the armed forces, enlisting in the United States Coast Guard. It was there he befriended a fellow shipmate by the name of Ed Parker. Upon his discharge from the military, he returned to the islands and began training in the art of Kempo under legendary Professor William K.S. Chow. Upon his first class, he glanced upon the pictures of Chow's past students upon the wall, and it was there he recognized his old Coast Guard buddy, Ed Parker. Professor Chow would become Ralph Castro's one and only teacher for the rest of his life. Upon his relocation to the mainland, Professor Chow encouraged Castro to connect with his previous student and his old-time friend, Ed Parker. In 1958, Ralph Castro opened up his first school on Valencia Street in the San Francisco district. Over time, he opened up several locations in the city of San Francisco and throughout many of the surrounding areas. In 1964, Parker launched the Long Beach International Karate Championships, and 2 years later, Parker formed a partnership with Ralph Castro, and together they produced the California Karate State Championships, a regional tournament in San Francisco. Within a short time, the tournament had become second only in the state to the internationals, with over 1,100 competitors to sell out crowds. Castro considered Parker one of his dearest friends, and he admired him like a brother. Throughout the years, they would perform a number of demonstrations and seminars together. A popular friend they both had in common was Bruce Lee. During a training session together, Lee and Castro faced off, and Lee attempted his back fist technique. Castro sidestepped and deflected Lee's attack. Lee said of their encounter, "He is the only person that was ever able to block his back fist." Over the next following decades, great Grandmaster Ralph Castro continually evolved the art and established a series of forms and movements he incorporated into the system. Upon the advice of Professor Chow and Castro's efforts to reflect the Shaolin lineage, he re-established the art of Shaolin Kempo. By the 1990s, on an extended visit, Professor Chow ranked Ralph Castro with the prestigious title of 10th degree black belt. Although faced with a life-threatening illness, Castro, the son of Boss Castro and founder of Shaolin Kempo, was not going down without a fight, and after 6 months of chemotherapy, the cancer was in remission. Although Ralph Castro has over 60-plus years in the martial arts, and through it all he's had a positive effect on the martial arts history, and he's had an impact upon thousands of lives. He has preserved the Kempo art with the introduction of forms and kept the legacy of the Shaolin Temple alive. The Martial Arts History Museum is proud to honor the legacy of great Grandmaster Ralph Castro.